Dynamic window. So once you set your keyboard shortcut, you will be able to access the script with it. So as you can see, I'm pressing Ctrl and space, and my search bar reveals wherever my cursor is, and it's ready to type. This is a really cool feature because you can select your layers and simply type your shortcut and you're ready to go. Then you've got the fixed window. The fixed window you can go and access from settings, and as you can see, we can remove the dynamic window, and also we can remove the auto close. This is optional. Let's save and exit. Now as you can see, our window is up here, and if we type move, we can move it wherever we like in our user interface and place it here. And then again we can access it by typing our hotkey. So now, as you can see, everything is working correctly. And I'm navigating again. Let's select triangle, and again I can add any effect I like on it. And let's, with double Q, quit the script. Now I will reverse it to the original again by launching the script and typing underscore set, and this will open our settings, and I will use this too. Now let's go to the quick effects. It's very easy to apply the effects. Let's begin here. I will select the background layer and add a gradient ramp here very quickly, and then let's remove these two effects. Now we can play with the gradient ramp. Let's quickly add some colors like so, and here this is cool. And let's go to the red channels, and again let's make this a little bit like this one, and I think this is cool. Next we can select our triangle, for example, and let's add the drop shadow very easily. Let's adjust the distance. Then let's select the circle, and in this case we will add the bevel and emboss, which is a layer style. As you can see, it opens. Let's expand it, and we can play of course with the size. Let's use the default size. Then we can go to the square, and in the square let's add the warp effect, which comes up first. Let's make this -50, and let's add a glow on top of it. And let's crank it up like so. Now we can select both text layers, and we can add a cool inner shadow. And let's also, with the both layers selected, we can also add a drop shadow on it just for the effect. And as you can see, it is very cool and easy way to create really cool scenes on the spot. Next, we have the add to favorites, which is a really cool feature for this script. So let's say you want to use the blur, and in this case we want to use the blur. But as you may notice, there are too much blurs here. So first we want to use the fast box blur. So I hold down Shift, and you see it says click to add favorites. With the Shift selected, I click on the search terms that I want, and as you can see, it pushes them up. Let's also use the CC radial blur, and I think we are fine from here. Also, this works with scripts. Let's come here to our scripts, and I will select this. So now once I search for EA, my script will come first. Also, if I use, for example, blur now, as you can see, radial fast blur and fast box blur come on top. Same for example, let's say for using some other animation presets. This works for animation presets too. And you can remove the favorites by holding down Alt and clicking on this highlighted text. Next, we can go to the BlackList items. Now for the BlackList, let's again launch our script. And let's type for radial blur. And as you can see, this radial blur comes up, which I don't really use most of the times. So I will simply hold down Alt, and you can see within this message says that you can click on any of these selected to remove them. So I will click on the radial blur, and as you can see, it disappeared from our search. Now let's search for fractal. As you can see, we've got 3 fractal noise. Let's add them all to favorites. And now we want to remove from the favorites these 2. I will hold down Alt, and I will click on this. And also, I only use this fractal noise, so I will remove these 2 by holding down Alt. And now, once I type fractal, only this will appear. Next, let's go to animation presets. Now, as you can see, we can use some animation presets. So let's say I want to use for the triangle. I already set my paths, which I will explain later. And let's use, for example, the triangle animation preset. And here it is. We click Enter, and now we have applied our preset here. But let's begin with the square first. So I will really quick come here for the square animation preset. Then I come for the circle. But this was an effect, not a... So with the circle selected, I'll again type circle. And as you can see, we've got these icons here, which can differentiate from animation presets and effects. And now we have created this cool animation with our animation presets. Also, let's use some animation presets for the text. Again, I think I have a good tornado, text preset tornado. I will click on it. And now we've got this cool scene created with our animation presets. Next, we've got the expression library. This expression library is accessed from the settings menu, and then you can have everything in the search panel. So let's first open the settings menu. I will type underscore set, and this will open my settings menu. I can come here to the expression and snippets library, and let's add some of our expressions. For example, I use wiggle many times, so let's make this wiggle the name of the search term, and let's add the wiggle expression. So I will add it to the list, and as you can see, the expression icon is ready, and we go to save and exit. And now, if we select the layer we want, for example, I will select the square, and we can go to the position property, and let's apply wiggle. I will come here so you can be visible. So now, once we type wig, as you can see, our wiggle is here. So I will select the position and add the wiggle effect. Now you can notice that the wiggle is on. Next, we can also add another, for example, expression in our expression library. Let's add the simple, for example, let's name this triangle X. For this tutorial, I will paste this one, I will add it to the list, and I will save. Let's add another one for the circle, and I will paste again, add to the list, and as you can see, now we've got 3. Save, exit, and now we can come here on the circle and apply our expression. For example, we named it circle exp, and as you can see with the icon. Also, don't forget, we need to have this on the, for example, this one on the scale. I think it's better. So I will simply click, and this will add it to my layer. Then for the triangle, again, we can come to the rotation, for example, select the property we like, and add our expression, which is this one. And now we've got the full scene with expressions. Also, you can have Snippets Library, and let's go and explain this one too. I'm going into the settings here in my library, And as you can see, we've got this asterisk here. So let's make this PNG and we put an asterisk. Then we copy any snippets we have from the web or we create our own. We add it to the list, and as you can see, the icon changed to the snippet and it says PNG. I will save and exit. And now what this does is once we launch our script and we type PNG, you see this one comes, and if we click enter, it says where to save our PNG image, which is a very helpful if you have small snippet codes. Next, you can go to the script launcher. Let's search for our script. I will type EA and I will launch Easy Animator Pro, which is a script from our marketplace, as you can see here too. Now we can simply select a layer and use our script as usual. So I will select layer, apply the effect on it, and now we can add this, for example, and it will be animated like so. Also, we can have this, for example, let's make this smaller. Okay, and for the text, we can again add some text animators. Come here, drag it, and now we've got this cool animation. Let's make this from top. We can drag it a little bit further, so we have like so. And let's bring the opacity down for the beginning. And now we've got this cool scene. Also, we can reverse. And you can use any script you have in your library to simply launch it by using this search bar. Next, we come to the import project file. So now we have set, of course, our directories, which I will also explain you later. And then you type here, and let's come to the project. And let's type here project, just for the sake of it. And as you can see, we've got this AE icon, which says test project number 1 and test project number 2. If we hit enter on any of these, and now our project imported. Let's again import the other one. It's very easy to import project files. As you can see here, we have imported the number 2, which is a very cool feature if you have some elements in your projects which you can use and reuse. Next, we've got the menu commands, which are basically the commands that you have here. You can also add your own. For example, if you want to create a solid, you type solid, and you can create your solid. Also, you can type any of these commands. For example, let's launch an extension, which is this extension of mine. I will close it. And now we come here. I go to the settings on the menu commands, and I will add my extension name. You can have any name here. This is just for the search purpose, like so. But then in here you need to type exactly the same name as your extension, which is my case is the same name. So I will paste here and I will add it to the list. I will save and exit, and now I can access my extension from our panel. Let's say, and as you can see, it opened my extension. Then you've got the panel items, which is a very cool feature. For example, we want to search for our solids folder. As you can see here, this will reveal exactly our solids folder. Also, this reveals the layers that are in here. And you can reveal any of your, let's say the import project file, any of the projects. You can reveal basically all these kind of panel items in the clever alerts. So let's begin and adding an effect. As you can see now, fill has no selected layer and it says no selected layer, please select a layer. So you need to select a layer first and then add the fill, and everything is okay. And I will remove the auto close function. So you see that we also got the applied. Let's remove the auto close, save and exit. And now once we apply the fill effect on the selected layer, it says applied fill. Same for every other function that is usable here. For example, let's go to import project file, and it says revealed import project file. Next, we've got these type commands, which are underscore set. I will clean this one and type underscore and set. We use the first one. This will open the settings options, and as you can see here, you can adjust all of your settings and filters here. Then we've got the QQ, which simply quits the script. If we type QQ, it removes the script user interface. We've got the ref, underscore ref, and as you can see, this does nothing. But in our case, if you have some directories, for example, here is my directory, and if you add or remove some files here, it's cool to refresh it. And also you've got the move, underscore move, and this will move the user interface wherever you like it, but this requires so you have the dynamic window off, so it stays always in the same place you like it. You got the filter results. So now, as you can see, if we type EA, everything comes from the scripts, the effects, and the menu commands. But we can change that by having only showing the scripts under the settings. We can have to exclude effects and exclude scripts, and now in this case we will show only the menu commands. And if we tap EA now, as you can see, we have narrowed down search terms. A really useful feature whenever you want to use it. Let's bring it back to the default. Next, you've got the custom watch folders. Let's again enter the settings by typing underscore set and come here in the custom search directories. So here is the main search engine wherever you want your items to be and will be visible inside your search bar. So let's create a new one and let's type in this file animations. This is basically whatever you want to type here is okay. But in here you need to either copy and paste your directory. For example, this one, I will copy it and paste it here and I will add it to the list. And it says if it wants to search the subfolders. In this case, I don't want it, so I hit no, and my icon is updated with a simple folder. And now, if I hit save and exit, I will have access to all my animations presets. For example, I will type animation presets and you see the icon is here, so they updated. Next, we can add also our scripts folder. And here we can go to browse and let's select our script folders wherever our scripts are located. In this case, we will use this folder here. And as I can see, there are folders in this folder, so I will click OK. And then I will add it to the list. Let's add the name here. Let's add scripts and add it to the list. And in this case, we want to search in the subfolders. I will click yes, save, and this exits. And as you can see, in this case, we have a multi-folder icon. Let's hit save and exit. And now we can access also all the scripts that are located inside it, which is a very useful feature too. Next, we go to the web search. So let's open our script and type, for example, cat images, and let's search in Unsplash. And I will hit Control, and you can see it says Google cat images. And if we click enter, this will open our browser, and we can navigate to wherever we like from there. Also in the settings menu, if we click underscore set, we have these BlackList and Favorites. And as you can see in this case, they are blank. Let's populate them. So I will come here and type fill. And let's add some of these to the favorites. I'm adding, as you can see, by holding down shift. And let's go to radial. And let's, for example, remove some of these. And as you can see, these effects are going away. We can also underscore set and come here under our BlackList. And these are blacklisted effects, and in the favorites we see our favorites. So it's very simple. You select the effect and you can remove it and move it back to search, like so. Also, you can hold down Alt and again click, and this will remove everything from the backlist. Also the same from the favorites. We don't want this to be a favorite anymore. We don't use these effects. Also holding down Alt, you can do the same thing. Don't forget to save and exit. Pretty much this is the tutorial for this script. I hope you like it, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me and I will help you as soon as possible.